Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Guide presenting Blazing Star on the Neo Geo AES. As it happens, this is the Neo Geo logo, max 330 mega progress spec, as is always the case with SNK Neo Geo games. I'm doing something highly illegal here, and in fact, I am. But let's look at the intro. Yeah, this game is it's not. I'm not doing anything illegal. I was upping the ante there, which. Basically lying, it's not true. Look at this, like an FMV intro on a cart. What a waste of time and money. I mean, it's snazzy. You got some hand-drawn stuff here, which is nice. Got some Photoshop filters on some renders, which isn't so nice. This is a pre-rendered shoot-'em-up game, and it's on a cartridge for my Neo Geo AES. But herein lies the rub. This is a conversion of an MVS cartridge to AES format. So what they've done is some clever dude or dudette has taken the guts out of an MVS cartridge, rearranged the chips using skills and a solder iron, and put them in a different cartridge, so then I can play this on my AES console. So what I have is a cobbled together cartridge with, has to be said, quite a crappy quality cart label, and so I've got a snap lock box, and it's got a printed out front cover, which isn't the front cover that's on the actual AES game, but it's representative. So yeah, I have a functioning AES cart made out of the guts of a much cheaper and more common MVS game. So, what about the game itself? Well, the game itself is, as I've expressed in one of my other videos, probably one of my favourite, if not the best, I feel, 16-bit shooter on a home console. So for me, it's a toss-up between this and Axlay as my personal favourites. I mean, you'll have your own favourites. So I'm not including arcade machines in there. This is, like I say, AES home console. Always R-Type might feature somewhere. But yeah, this is the shit, man. Apart from the fact that it shouts out bonus every time you pick up one of the little icons. That's the only annoying thing about it. It is proper awesome. The graphics, they're slightly ropey in some senses. I mean, it's all pre-rendered. I say all pre-rendered, that's a blatant lie. It's half pre-rendered, half hand-drawn. As you can see from this background here, this background appears kind of hand-drawn. I don't know if that's true. Like the foreground looks hand-drawn, the trees maybe cut out from the real trees. Ooh, this boss has got 6 legs, and it's like a walking tank thing. A little bit glitching there, you might have noticed. That's not because of my cartridge's converted cartridge, that actually happens in the arcade machine. But yeah, that's the coolest goddamn walking tank in a shoot-'em-up, 16-bit shoot-'em-up. Pop and Twinbee comes close though. Level 3 of Pop and Twinbee's got a nice walking tank in it too. But yeah, visually, it's either your cup of tea or it isn't. There's a bit of a mishmash of, as a hand-drawn and pre-rendered. Back in the day, people were creaming themselves over the way this game looked. Audio is uniformly excellent in this game, apart from the bonus, the shout of bonus every now and again. But the gameplay is absolutely top-notch. You've got loads of little spaceships you can pick, and each have their own weapons and sub-weapons. This is my favourite, the old Windina. You tap the fire button really quickly, and you get like an orange burst of fire from your spaceship. Like that. If you tap it at sort of a normal speed, you get the green kind of wave weapon. You hold down the button R-Type style to charge up a super beam, like that, and that launches those sort of blobs onto the screen, which then kill multiple enemies and charge up score multiplayer. That was a bit bad, wasn't it? Just crashed into a dude. And once you've fired your R-Type style beam weapon, if you quickly tap the button again, you get an alternate mode for your massive fireballs. So in the case of the Windina, it changes from a forward blast to a homing blast. You have to be quick on that button. And that's essentially it. you've got the lucky symbols as well. So all the things that you pick up, like the bonus blue blobs and the angel wings and lucky symbols, give you bonus points at the end of the level. And the blue blobs actually give you bonus points if you don't let them scroll off the screen. So it multiplies the score up. You can get, I believe, it's up to 10,000 points per blue blob if you don't miss any of them, which is groovy. And that's essentially it. You've got a 2-player mode, and it's just a freaking good time. This game is incredibly expensive if you were to buy an original AES cart. We're talking thousands of pounds. We're talking multiples of thousands of pounds, maybe 5,000. The last time I looked, it was to around 5,000 for some formats. I mean, regions, not formats. Never came out in the CD, so you can only get it on the MVS and AES. The MVS version goes for maybe 100 to 200 quid. The AES version, like I said, is £5,000, and the only difference is you get a nice instruction book, the AES version. So I paid for a conversion cartridge back in the day, talking 15 years ago now, and it cost me £120. But it means I could play it on my actual Neo Geo console. So I get the authentic experience without having the cost of the actual AES card. I wouldn't trust buying an AES card these days of this game anyway, there's too many fakes around. For £5,000 as well, it's not worth it. I mean, no game is worth £5,000, is it? I don't care what game it is, it's just not worth it. But for 100 quid, if you can find someone who's selling a conversion card and you've got an AES console, 500 quid is, sorry, £100 is probably top end. It's kind of doable, but I still wouldn't recommend it at that price. You can get this on the Neo Geo Mini, so you can play that on the TV. Obviously it's a little bit blurrier than playing on an actual AES console, but that's one way of doing it. And it came out on the Neo Geo X as well. Or you could get a MVS system and buy the MVS version, although you don't get the nice packaging. That's another way to go. But as a game, it is highly recommended. And like I said, the gameplay, it's my favourite 16-bit shoot 'em up to play home console. Just because I like the scoring and the atmosphere. Not a huge fan of some of the graphics. Some of them look cool, some of the bosses look great. Some of the backgrounds and some of the sprites aren't super. In general, it doesn't look as good as Polestar. So Polestar was kind of a prequel to this, and Polestar had a bit of a cleaner look. This one feels a lot messier, but it does have much more going on with it, visually. And like I said, if you can't afford this, get yourself a copy of Axlay on the SNES, because that's cool too. Even though that's gone up in price a lot. But yeah, highly recommended game. Can't recommend you buy this on any format, really. MVS is probably the cheapest route for actual cart, and I played Neo Geo Mini or Neo Geo X for a full licensed version, and just emulate it on your PC. Back in the day, they used to be able to play an emulation of this, which didn't have any of the sprite flickering, but most emulators these days are a bit more accurate and really flickery sprites and some of this stuff, which is not the best feature, but hey. Yeah, so that whole background there, just before that boss flickered, I noticed that, it glitched out, and yeah, a bit ugly. It's almost like they were pushing it too hard at this point in Neo Geo 1998. But hey, cool stuff. They should have brought this out in the Dreamcast really, that would have been smart with the old Polestar. You can get Polestar on the Neo Geo CD. This never made it. For reasons. And there we go. And that's Blazing Star. Awesome game, but way too much money. Alright, ta-ra.